हेलो वेलकम टू अनदर एपिसोड ऑफ सेंस एंड नॉनसेंस। मेरे तरफ से a little bit of sense and इधर उधर से थोड़ा सा nonsense. Today we are facing what's known as heavy traffic congestion on our roads. Whether it's Delhi, Bengaluru or any other city, traffic congestion is becoming a major pain in our necks. According to a recent TomTom study, it says that among the cities in the world, London is the slowest when it comes to traffic. In fact, it takes a little more than 36 minutes to do a 10-kilometer stretch. Bengaluru is not too far. According to the study, Bangalore takes a little more than 25 minutes for a driver to do that 10 kilometers. In fact, in that city, an average driver loses around 136 hours in a year to traffic. In fact, MG Motor India too has come out with a survey, and that survey is done by Nielsen, and that goes by the name of Urban Mobility Happiness Survey. Now, what is this all about? According to the survey, around 74% of people recognize that parking is a real problem. In fact, there is insufficient parking for cars, for vehicles. And the survey further says that around 71% of people who drive go with just one co-passenger. Yes, that means अगर आपकी गाड़ी छोटी हो या बड़ी हो, co-passenger एक ही है. Whether it's a 4-seater, 5-seater, 6-seater, 7-seater, 8-seater, 71% of car owners travel with just one co-passenger. And another startling fact is that 81% of people who drive also just have one laptop in their boot area. You mean if you have a 400-liter boot space or a 300-liter boot space, or whether the boot space is large once you fold up the third row seat, the fact is all they put there is a laptop. So all that talk about carbon footprint reduce karna hai, global warming, we need to address that, that's all bunkum. No one's really bothered. We just want to drive a big, huge car. That's it. Period. So how do you get rid of congestion on Indian roads? Obviously, if you were to buy a small car, it'll address that issue to a great extent. But are people interested in driving small cars? Not really. Wait, there's a small car coming, and that too it's an electric vehicle. It's from MG Motor India. You must have heard that there is a car that goes by the name of Wuling Air EV. Now, who's Wuling? Now, Wuling is basically a Chinese electric car company, which is pretty good. They have a joint venture with SAIC, and General Motors. So these guys together sell the Wuling Air EV abroad. And SAIC, we all know, is the BAP of MG Motor India. In Indonesia, this Air EV costs around rupees 12.59 lakh to around 16.45 lakh. It has a length of around 2,974 mm, a width of 1505 mm, and a height of 1631 mm, with a wheelbase of around 2010 mm. The small car has a seating capacity of 4 and has a range of around 200 km. The car has loads of advanced features. MG's christened this Wuling Air EV as Comet EV. So in India, it will be known as the Comet. Now, small electric cars are there in India today. We have from Tata Motors the Tata Tiago EV. Now, that's quite a popular car. In fact, it's doing pretty well. That car costs around 8.69 to 11 plus lakh in India. But that's a hatchback. When you talk of a small car, a micro car on the lines of the Comet EV, you had once upon a time the Riva from Riva Motors. Now, Riva was a company that subsequently got bought by Mahindra, and it was rechristened Mahindra E2O. Now, the E2O electric car was priced around 6 lakhs to around 8 lakhs. I mean, it wasn't really solid and it wasn't a great looker. So it flopped, and unfortunately, it got out of the system and Mahindra discontinued it. But Mahindra recently gotten the XUV 400 electric vehicle. Well, that's an amazing compact SUV that comes under the 4-meter bracket. Now, that doesn't come cheap. It costs upwards of rupees 16 lakh. And very recently, Citing India got in their C3 electric version. Now that too is a brilliant car. The interesting part is that it's available at rupees 11.50 lakh onward. Now let's get back to this small car. This is a very small car, the MG Comet. So is MG Comet going to create the magic that India really needs to especially decongest our roads? Will Indians go for that vehicle? Technically speaking, the MG Comet seems to be a brilliant car, and knowing the background of MG Motor India and of course its parent company, you can expect the best when it comes to technology, comfort and drivability. But it is for us Indians to really take into consideration the factors that are affecting our very living. Do we want to live in a very congested world? Do we want to live in a world which is polluting? Are we serious about containing traffic jams? Do we want our parking areas to be a little more freer with smaller cars? Now it is for all of you to decide, but a very important factor would be the pricing. So is MG going to price this vehicle at rupees 5 lakh or 6 lakh or 7 lakh or 8 lakh? Only time will tell. And if we don't grab this opportunity to buy a vehicle of this size so as to decongest our roads, then you can say bye-bye to good living. And if you're not really serious about the environment, or if you're not serious about the traffic jams that are happening, and if you're not serious about the clutter on our roads, then the best you can do is go to the nearest pawn shop, wahan jaiye, sutta lijiye, enjoy life. Till the next time, ciao.